My name is Austin Raye. I have been moving around since 1993 and I'm 28 years old now, so like 25 years. Ever since the Power Rangers came on TV, I was instantly hooked and I just thought, why not beat up all these invisible bad guys? And I was just like, I can't stop doing it. And still to this day, I'm like, I'm not gonna beat up some invisible bad guys now. So, in high school, when I was 17 and when I was 19, I tore my ACL, MCL, LCL, cartilage, and meniscus. And then the second one was ACL, MCL, PCL, cartilage, and meniscus. And during that time, well, I'll go back a little bit. Unfortunately, after the first time, I was just too eager to get back into it, and I just rushed everything. I didn't learn from my mistakes, and that's what I think was the biggest problem for me. The second time around, I went back, realized that I don't want to go through this again. I don't want to have another surgery. My mom would love it because a lot of money was coming out of her bank, and so that was a big thing for her too. But I went back and I studied all my footage. I realized I needed to go back to the basics. Oh, and by the way, I'm self-taught mostly. Did a little martial arts, but for the most part, I was a backyard tumbler right here. After the second time, after my second surgery, I went back on all my footage and studied how I was doing it and how I wanted to do it. And I had like mentors and idols like Damian Walters, Juji Mufu, of course Bruce Lee, all the Power Rangers, Jackie Chan, Jet Li, the list goes on. I related to them of how their movement was and how I wanted it to be. So it was a lot of trial and error, but I had to go back to the basics. You know, and I think that is a huge thing for longevity of using our bodies. Again, I'm 28 years old and I'm beginning to feel the effects of that, you know, that as, you know, comparing to when I was 21, that's only 7 years, but it's still like, you know, the wear and tear is real, folks. But if you understand what you're doing and if you make mistakes, which is totally fine, the only thing is that you have to learn from those mistakes and make sure that you don't do those things again. And, you know, knock on wood, we'll just use this for now. So I have gratefully been blessed with not a serious injury since my surgery or my last one, and that has, you know, been obviously a huge blessing for me. But I went back to the basics. I studied my footage. I compared how I wanted it to be, and I just listened to my mind. And it's a lot about confidence. The biggest thing is about being confident with your movement, just knowing how to do the things that you want to do. You know, you see it on YouTube nowadays, and you're like, wow, I gotta go try that, and it's just not having an absolute idea of what this shit was gonna happen. So know what you're doing, know your movement, know your body, but more importantly, know your mind. That controls everything, and that's, I think, the main key of longevity. And, you know, a little ice here and there doesn't help, isn't a bad thing either. So it's more of the mind, guys. Everything is mental nowadays, and you know, I mean, it always has been, and it always will be. So if you have something that you want, you have all of the ability plus some to do exactly that, and I think that's key.
Awesome, dude. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
One more question.
Absolutely.
How important is a warm-up?
Oh, okay. So I'll be completely honest. There's some times where I don't listen to my body, and I do kind of start to, like, the warm-up does happen, like a few like active and passive stretches and, you know, a couple jogging in place moments, but at the same time, there's a lot of times where I'm just like, I don't do it, and I know, I'm just being real, I just gotta take it, I gotta get out there, but it does make a huge difference to warm up properly and to, you know, to stretch, but also like have some kind of, you know, make your body like water, you know, adapt to every situation. And that can start off very slow, and then you move on to bigger and better skills. But warm-ups is important. And just because you're telling me to do that right now, I'm probably gonna have my little cool down. I've just been busting ass. So I'm definitely gonna cool down.
Awesome.
Peace, guys.
Thank you, dude.
Totally.